Let us begin. Today is the 12th day of the first month in the ninth year of Channel Group, February 23, 2021. To begin our day, let's offer our respect and gratitude to our Heavenly Parent and true parents of heaven, earth, and all humankind. 천지인 참 부모님께 경배 바로 가중맹세
가정맹세 1. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본향 땅을 찾아 본연의 창조 이상인 지상천국과 천상천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다. 2. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 충신, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과 황족권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 4. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조 이상인 천주 대가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 천상세계와 대상적 지상세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진화할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 대신 가정으로서 천운을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 심정 문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 천일국 시대를 맞이하여 절대신앙, 절대사랑, 절대복종으로 신인의 일체 이상을 이루어 지상천국과 천상천국의 해방권과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
For the opening prayer, may I call our brother Ronsal Calice, the Vice Director of the HJYL.
Okay. Please join me in my prayer, brothers and sisters. 사랑하시는 하늘 부모님, 준지인 참 부모님, 감사합니다. 사랑합니다. Heavenly parents and true parents, thank you so much for this day, for waking me up early in the morning, being able to do our morning devotion together with our precious leaders, elders, brothers and sisters. So until now, we are in the pandemic time, but still we are all connected as one through virtual means to share our points of appreciation, reflection, and listening to the guidance of our leaders, our national leaders, through the guidance, we can be able to use and apply it in our daily lives. Most especially our true parents, our true mother, our inspiration. I am hoping and praying that she could always have a good health. True mother is really working so hard in realizing Vision 2027 and a peaceful world. She always think for the better world. Heavenly Parent, we don't know when this COVID will disappear, but we truly believe everything happens for a reason and purpose. As what the guidance of our leaders implies, the time passed by. We should not wait for the COVID to disappear. We should do our responsibility even at this pandemic time. This is the time to use social media apps to spread the words and inspiration of our true parents, to share to the world the heart of our Heavenly Parent. Heavenly Parent, thank you for the love and care, for extending our life once again. You give us again another chance to renew ourselves and determination. Bless our leaders, our elders, the blessed families, our brothers and sisters, to have a good health always. Thank you, Heavenly Parent and true parents. We love you so much from the bottom of our heart. And all of these things I humbly report to you in my name, Runsel Calisi and Leslie Dunuan, Blessed Central Family. Aju.
Let us offer our individual prayer. Aju. Let us offer our greetings to our Heavenly Parents and Parents. Good morning, Heavenly Parents and True Parents. To
Morning.
all our leaders, elders, brothers and sisters, good morning. Morning. To our brothers and sisters in the center, you may now take your seat. Yes. Good morning to everyone. Welcome to our morning devotion. Now we will begin our hymn book reading. Let us welcome our sister Manilyn Zamora.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. Today's reading comes from chapter 3. Today's reading comes from Mother of Peace, chapter 3, the marriage supper of the Lamb. Our holy wedding ceremony. Jesus was born to humankind 2,000 years ago. God intended that Jesus find his bride and that they would stand in the position of Adam and Eve, who were lost at the very beginning of human history. Together, Jesus and his bride were to have grown to attain the position of the true parents, providing living examples of a true husband and wife, parents, and family. However, God's hope for Jesus and Israel was not realized. The Lord went a secondary course, dying for us on the cross. We cannot imagine how devastated he must have been. When Jesus returns, his priority is to find the bride, with whom he will create a true family, society, nation, and world. Through the true parents, the sorrows of heaven and earth can be alleviated, and the victorious foundation for God's ideal world can be laid. In this providence, the prophesied marriage supper of the Lamb, the day of our holy wedding, was a turning point, the day when God won his victory and recovered his lost glory. Furthermore, this was a day of joy for humankind, as it is inaugurated a new history in which all can live together not only with their true father, but also with their true mother. At the age of 15, Sun Myung Moon received his mission from Jesus Christ on Mount Myodo. It was a mission that would bring him severe hardship. It led him to study in Japan and to teach God's word in North Korea after Korea's independence, where he would face life-threatening hardships and unspeakable suffering. Communist Party officials and police cruelly tortured him to the brink of death. Tossed out as a lifeless body, he revived and continued his mission, only to be arrested once again and sent to a forced labor camp near the city of Hungnam. It was only the arrival of UN troops that saved him from execution there. With two of his followers, he headed south to begin his ministry again. Amid the clash of communist soldiers and United Nations troops, they were among the last to cross the frozen Imjin River into South Korea, and from there they walked hundreds of kilometers to the southern part of the peninsula. After planting his church in Busan, he settled in Seoul. Yet his trials continued, and once again he was imprisoned, this time by the South Korean government. This course of hardships, during which time he relentlessly focused on teaching many new members about God and the mission of the Messiah, was the course he had to pass through to meet the only begotten daughter prepared by God and to hold the marriage supper of the Lamb. Members of the early Unification Church endured bitter ordeals together with Father Moon. As the year 1960 approached, they were filled with indescribable hope. Father Moon was turning 40, and he had prophesied that this would be the year of the holy wedding of God's first son and daughter, the only begotten son and the only begotten daughter. And that promise was fulfilled. At the Chongpadong Church at 4 a.m. 4 in the morning on March 27, 1960, the first day of the third lunar month, when spring was in full bloom, Father Moon and I held our historic engagement ceremony. We had invited 40 men and 40 women to witness the ceremony, but members wishing to see us had come in great numbers, and the small church was packed to overflowing. The engagement ceremony, held in two parts, was conducted in a holy atmosphere. It concluded with Father Moon's benediction, reporting the profound meaning of the ceremony to heaven and earth. The 6,000-year history of humankind, he prayed, was the anguish course necessary to receive the true parents. That Jesus could not become the true parent was the sorrow of all people, But the day of our engagement ceremony was the blessed day that finally relieved that sorrow. 15 days after the engagement ceremony, at 10 a.m. on April 11, 1960, the 16th day of the third month by the lunar calendar, we conducted the holy wedding. 700 or so members chosen from our churches across Korea gathered at Chongpadong Church to attend this splendid event, long awaited by our heavenly parent, because even more members flocked to attend the holy wedding than the engagement ceremony. The church was overflowing, and those who could not enter the building filled the alleyway beside it. The atmosphere was nonetheless solemn and really reverent. The small chapel of the church was decorated beautifully and meaningfully for the occasion. The walls and floor was covered with white cloth, and a platform was set up to the left of the door. Dressed in a long white skirt and top, with a long veil covering my head, I walked down the stairs from the second floor, arm in arm with the bridegroom, as members sang a holy song, Song of the Banquet. All in attendance warmly welcomed us, and the holy wedding ceremony thus commenced. The first ceremony of the holy wedding was held in Korea Western style clothing, and the second ceremony was held in traditional Korean style clothing, complete with robes and headdresses. The significance and value of this joyful occasion should have been praised, glorified, and honored by all nations and peoples. Yet it was marred by a distressing incident. The day before the ceremony, the Ministry of Home Affairs, responding to a Christian group's accusations, arrested and interrogated Father Moon. He was able to return to his quarters in the church only after being subjected to humiliating questions until 11 p.m. Yet, under the grace of God and the Holy Spirit, Father Moon and I, and the entire congregation, put aside this painful experience as if it had never happened and conducted the marriage supper of the Lamb with serene hearts. God's predestined will was that his only begotten son and daughter would become one flesh through the marriage supper of the Lamb, and that through them the dwelling place of God would be with men and women. True men and women are the rightful rulers of creation, the entire universe, heaven and earth. The holy wedding finally realized this ideal, which Adam and Eve had failed to achieve. Thus, these ceremonies mark my formal enthronement as the mother of the universe and the mother of peace. After the ceremony, Father Moon and I, as husband and wife, ate at the same Jew.
To, if you receive it, let us give unto our Heavenly Parent and true parents, and to our Ate Manilin Zamora for the reading. Thank you, Ate Manilin. Now, for our 10 points of gratitude, let us welcome our brother Jason Ibo, the special envoy to the Philippines.
Hello po. Clear po ba? Okay. Good morning to our beloved parents, Victor's parents, our beloved Dr. Kika. Good morning po. And Tita, good morning po.
Kuya Jason, excuse me, may feedback, nagpe-feedback siya. Paki-mute yung ibang kasama mo sa Zoom. Thank you.
Okay po. Okay, once again, good morning po to our Sir Julius, Dr. Celine, good morning po. Our Reverend Ronnie Sudutta, good morning po. To our beloved NN, Sir A, good morning po. And to our elders and beloved my sisters, good morning po. Okay, today I have the opportunity to share my 10 points of gratitude. So first, I'm very grateful and thankful to Heavenly Parents and Victor's parents because until now, I'm still alive in doing my mission for. Thank you so much for the protection and good health that you're giving to me up until now. I would like to offer my life, God, and your parents for the sake of Heavenly Parents and your parents' will, because I do believe that you have already a good plan for me. Second, I'm grateful and thankful because I finished my college in IPLC and have the opportunity to study and finish my master's degree in Parent School in Korea. Honestly, my dream is to just finish my study until college only. But even master's degree, God and your parents gave to me. That's why I would like to encourage everyone, especially our younger generations, not to lose hope and determined to finish your studies no matter what. Number three, I'm grateful and thankful because somehow I can understand and speak Korean language. Even I experienced so much difficulties, even to the point that we become crazy in studying Korean. But now I realize how much important to study and understand Korean language. I remember during the first time I fully understand Korean, especially our beloved true parents speak, and I understand, oh my God, all the tiredness and my struggles remove, and I can explain my happiness during that time for. Number four, I am grateful and thankful to my beloved spiritual father, Sir Nelson Bilano, for giving me the opportunity to know our movement, especially our beloved true parents, and study in IPLC. I remember the time when he asked me where I will study during college. And I say, I want to study in IPLC. But how I can study? I don't have money for my tuition for. But he said, don't worry, we will do fundraising. And in order to raise fund for my tuition, word is not enough to say thank you po. That's why I'm doing in fulfilling my responsibility in order to return back all the blessings that I'm receiving until now po. Thank you so much po, Sir Nelson. Number five, I'm grateful and thankful to IPLC family. It's this complete package po. I can really testify that because of IPLC, I don't know my life. I think because of my life in training IPLC, I'm not here in front of you po, speaking to all of you po. That's why I'm very grateful and thankful to my IPLC family, to all IPLC leaders, elders, brothers, sisters, and to my spiritual family po. With all my heart and sincerity, thank you so much. I can say that I'm proud IPLians and alumni of IPLC. It is because IPLC is my life po. Although many times I want to give up and quit in IPLC, there is something reason that I can explain, and I don't know that thing. One thing I know, that I love and I'm happy of what I'm doing po in IPLC. Although in IPLC, it's like survivor of the fittest or matira matibay po. I would like to grab this opportunity to encourage leaders, brothers and sisters, please don't hesitate to send or bring students in IPLC po. Number 6, I'm grateful and thankful to all blessed families, pioneers, missionaries, to our movement. Really lay foundations for our young generations. I really want to bow, salute, and respect to all leaders, elders, and beloved pioneer blessed families. Thank you so much for all the sacrifice, hard work, effort, determination, and build strong foundation for all of us. That's why, don't worry. We are here po. This is the time that we need to show to you that we are here. I'm here in front of you. One of the result of your sacrifice, dedication to our beloved true parents. Please remember po, now you are not alone. We are here. You are not crazy alone po. We are here po, willing to become crazy. Crazy in doing heavenly parents and true parents will. Number 7, I'm grateful and thank to God and true parents for giving me a very beautiful, strong character and motherly heart spouse, my beloved Mami Dea. Hopefully, she's listening today. Thank you, because until now, you didn't give up on me. We are overcoming each other's character, attitude, in preparing to build an ideal family, centering to our beloved God and true parents. I'm just waiting here for you to start family very soon and make more second generations. Miss you so much, my beloved Manny. Always take care and keep safe po. Number 8, I'm grateful and thankful to lead NLTP. And now at the present, I'm leading HJYLT po. Honestly, I feel shy. And I can say that I don't have the right to guide and lead the youth, especially our second generations, because I'm fallen person. But heavenly parents and true parents trust me to lead and guide our younger generation. That's why I'm doing my best to guide them. Also, I want to encourage all leaders, elders, brothers and sisters to please send many young future leaders in NLTP and SJYLT po to develop their hearts, especially in the frontline mission po. Because even myself, I can testify that frontline mission can change everything po. Our life, especially our attitude, our heart, and our faith to our beloved heavenly parents and victorious true parents. And number 9, I'm grateful and thankful to all leaders, brothers and sisters who guide me and never give up in helping me to become a better person and help me to understand what is the purpose of my life here in this physical world. To all leaders, elders, brothers and sisters who helping me in giving advice to me during the times that I have problem and encounter difficulties and struggles in life po. Thank you so much to all of you. Okay, lastly, I am grateful and thankful to my biological family who really give me an inspiration to continue and determined to achieve my goals in life up until now po. Especially to my beloved mother who served as not only a mother but at the same time a father. Also, since my father passed away po, since I was grade 4. That's why I really love my mother and family po. That's why one of my goal is to give and show my second generations to my beloved mother as soon as possible. Once again, thank you so much po in giving this opportunity to share my 10 points of gratitude po. Thank you so much for listening. That will be all and have a blessed Tuesday po. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much, Brother Jason Ibo, for the sharing. Let us give our love and a big hand to our Brother Jason Ibo. Very sincere sharing of 10 points of gratitude. Thank you so much. Now, for more inspiration and guidance, let us welcome our beloved national leader, Reverend Leo Angelo Halo.
Good morning to our Heavenly Parent and true parents, to all our beloved leaders who are joining us today. Good morning to all our blessed families and brothers and sisters. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Ohayo gozaimasu. Inyo shimnika. I think this morning we don't need so much inspiration anymore. Yeah, and actually I'm really thankful and really proud to our brother Jason. Yeah, we could see how Heavenly Parent raised him up, of course, through UPA and our beloved IPLC. Yesterday, True Father taught us about how school should educate people, our young people. And then I think there's no other school in our nation, in the world, that can really raise up such young people like our graduates from IPLC. Actually, most of our staff now, actually here, they graduated from IPLC. Jason, Yeb, Jessa, they are actually batch. This batch, they've gone through really not simple course, but through that course that they've gone through, Heavenly Parents and True Parents could raise them up through our IPLC. So now we could really see great hope. So anyway, I'm not promoting IPLC, but we could see the result of our International Peace Leadership College. We really need to multiply this school. This is the only school that is really teaching of really how to build ideal family, how to become a good father, good mother. This is what Father is talking about yesterday. So anyway, it's really now the time that we have to really multiply our school and really raise up this kind of young people. Really, we can see great hope in our nation. Aju, I know all of you agree, seeing now our young brothers and sisters that was really raised up despite the challenges and difficulties also of our school, the situation until this time. But really, we have really an amazing young brothers and sisters who were raised up through these institutions that True Parents have established. So please don't hesitate to send your spiritual children, send your children to our school, because this is True Parents school. True Parents is the one really guiding and touching young brothers and sisters' hearts through our IPLC. So once again, thank you, Brother Jason, for sharing your heart. Really, you move all of us, and really, we are very, very proud that We can see now really great hope, not only for our nation, but for the world, how proud true parents now to see our young brothers and sisters, how proud true mother is. And all of us, all the leaders now, our elders, we could really see great hope, right? So we want to work harder, we want to invest more, and really raise up more brothers and sisters who can take ownership and finally uh, comfort and liberate Heavenly Parents' heart. Today I would like to I'll be sharing this topic. I'm thinking what to share. Also, not easy to find things to prepare to share to all brothers and sisters. Anyway, all the topic of true parents really are all inspiring and really leading towards really helping us become successful, really in our mission, and really become sons and daughters of heavenly parents. There are many difficulties in our life. That's why through the guidance of true parents, we can overcome anything actually. If we try to understand and really practice in our life, we can really become victorious. We can overcome and we can really make heavenly parents and true parents proud of us. So this morning I would like to share with you this topic entitled Selfish Desire and Fallen Nature. So we are experiencing a lot of difficulties in life. This is because of our fallen nature, our selfish desire that we have inherited because of the fall of our first human ancestors. That's why how to guide our young brothers and sisters, our children, even even we have many second generation all over the world, but still the environment where they are living in, right? Is still they are so much influenced. So our step and step, guidance of true parents' guidance, we need to learn, embody, and also help brothers and sisters so that they can overcome. Many brothers and sisters have tried, right? But along the way, they gave up. That's why today, Brother Jason also was testifying how many times also he tried to, like give up, thinking of giving up. Because of this, it's really not easy, this course that we are going through, right? So how to surpass this? We have to really keep absolute faith, absolute love, absolute obedience, really forgetting our own self, right? And really, this is really the way. So how can we overcome, eliminate our fallen desires, selfish desire, and our fallen nature in our life in order for us to succeed? So True Father said, what is the greatest danger in our life? Father said, what is the greatest danger in our life? It is getting pulled off the right track. Think, Father said, what can pull you off the track? There are two aspects of vulnerability, external and internal. Externally, the number one temptation is probably money, followed by knowledge and then power. Any of this can pull you off the track. Anyway, we can see very clearly in our society this time, in the world, what is really most priority for people. They even neglect their relationship among each other, within their family because of this. People always wanted to have all the money in the world. They want to have the knowledge. They want to have the power, right? Sabi nga nila, power. Anong sabi? Knowledge is power. If you know everything, if you have all the money in the world, if you have the power, then you are like, this is what fallen people is aiming for. We can see. That's why also even us, when we start our life course, following true parents, there are many difficulties. There are many difficulties about money, all these things because nag full-time tayo. We forget our own dreams when we just follow this path. Absolutely. And when difficulties comes, many things come. Satan comes and remind us these things. Then these are the things that is pulling us off the track, Father said. So any of this can pull you off the track. So even though you are determined in the beginning, I need to go this way, no matter what. But along the way, there are things, that pulls you back. So we have to be aware. So sabi ni Father, these are the danger in our life, the greatest danger in our life. Father said, self-centered ambition is bad. Will you succumb to the temptation of money? Under what conditions does money tempt you? This has to do with the internal aspect, your greed and ambition. I am speaking of self-centered greed and ambition. Ambition is not necessarily bad, but when it is self-centered, it is bad. That's why it's important. What is really like our motivation? Why you want to have a lot of money? If you want to have a lot of money and really, you want to use this for the providence to really help more true parents, no problem about that one. That's why Father is telling here, telling us, this has to do with the internal aspect, which is our greed and ambition. So people are greedy. They have already, they want more. Actually, fallen human beings are never contented at all. That's why they continue, they don't have contentment. That's why they cannot be happy. They want to have more, and you need to, no contentment. This is fallen human beings because of greed, right? Because of, we inherited this from our first human ancestors. So Father said ambition is actually not necessarily bad when it is not, self-centered. If you are thinking, I want to, become knowledgeable so I can, educate the intellectuals of our nation. I let them, let them understand about the divine principle, about true parents. So you want all the knowledge, you want to have all the power, so that, we can witness to these top people in our society. Because if we are just simple people also, they will not going to listen from us. So if we have the proper motivation, if we have the right motivation, this ambition beyond ourselves, this is not bad, Father said. But basically people, even in the beginning, they said that when I become rich, I will going to help more true parents. I will going to build churches in our country. When they become rich, they forget everything, right? That's why maybe sometimes when we are praying, Heavenly Parents, I want to become rich. But maybe when we are not yet, really true, because Heavenly Parents knows. Maybe that's why until now, Heavenly Parents is not giving us our wish. Because through Heavenly Parents also is, worried when you become rich, you will forget Heavenly Parent, you will forget true parents, right? But if you have the proper, really right motivation, Heavenly Parents will give you. And then when you already have and then you forget, then that is very dangerous, right? Maybe we don't know what will going to happen. Your ancestors, Heavenly Parents, gave you everything, then you have to do more and offer more and support more the providence. That's why it's very important, our motivation. So sabi ni Father, it's not really bad to have, this ambition if it's not self-centered. But if it's self-centered, then it is bad. Father said, our desires tend to pursue evil rather than good. People feel joy when their desires are fulfilled. The word desire, however, is often not understood in its original sense, because in the present circumstances, our desires tend to pursue evil rather than good. So desires which result in injustice do not emanate from a person's original mind. So this is our status as fallen human beings. It is true that desires, when your desire is fulfilled, it gives you joy, right? But however, the divine principle said, often our desire is not, understood in its original sense. Because our present state, because of the fall, right? Basically, we have more desire to pursue evil rather than good. This is the reality. But if we are living in the original world, then naturally our desire is only for goodness, for absolute goodness. That every time you fulfill your desire, it gives you immense joy and happiness. But now what happens when you fulfill certain, desire, but if it's in against God's will, actually just, in the beginning, maybe short time you feel joy, but, longer period you feel conscience stricken, right? This is the reality of fallen human beings. So Father said, desires which result in injustice do not emanate from a person's original mind. So these desires are not coming from our original mind, that not emanating from our original mind because of our status as fallen human beings. That's why we need education. Father's continuously telling us we need education to become good, right? And then we pursue our good desire. Then it can give us joy, it can give us happiness. That's why until this time, people are continuously searching for happiness. They cannot be happy. But actually, they are doing whatever they wanted to do. But why it's not bringing them joy? Why people are not happy? The freedom that they are saying they have. But because they do not really understand freedom, right? So it's not really giving them joy. But the more people are becoming more pitiful and sorrowful, this is the reality. Because the desire that is being pursued is centering on the desire of the evil mind. That's why education is necessary for people to be happy, right? Especially the education of the divine principle. Otherwise, people will continue to just, people outside continue to search for happiness. Not all people continue, and then they cannot find. So Father said, the impulse of our original mind is to abhor evil and exalt goodness. Has anyone realized the joy in which the original mind delights by pursuing evil desires? This is what Father is asking now. Has anyone realized the joy in which the original mind delights by pursuing evil desires? So whenever such desires are sated, we feel unrest in our conscience and agony in our heart. That's why even people are doing whatever they want. Actually, they are not happy. This is the feeling Father said, we feel unrest in our conscience and agony in our hearts. That's why what people are doing now, they just, end their life. They cannot find happiness. Actually, they are doing anything they want, but they cannot find happiness. Even though they are thinking they're doing what, they're practicing their freedom, but still. So would a parent ever instruct his child to be evil? Would a teacher deliberately instill unrighteousness in his students? The impulse of the original mind, which everyone possesses, is to abhor evil and exalt goodness. So this is actually our original mind. But without really knowing and understanding the state of human beings. Without really knowing this, really, human beings cannot live good life. Right? That's why it's important. Education, education, education. That's why our IPLC, our Sonwa, we will going to multiply this not only here in Manila. That's why in Visayas, in Mindanao, so that all our second generation, all young people, needs to study in these schools of true parents. This is the only school that will going to really give hope in our nation, that will going to give hope in the world. Aju, that's why we are really proud. We have these schools in our country. This is true parents' love. True parents have invested already our new Sonwa building. Maybe next month we're going to have the inauguration and Reverend Hori will be here. Our Sonwa school. Really so precious. When I'm visiting this school, I heard outside parents. They're telling me, your school is like a family. Then now already top, families in this Antipolo area. Their children now are transferring to Sonwa. Of course, now we are still having a lot of difficulties. But really, one day we don't need to worry about this. Later on, we will be worrying how to accept all these students, how to accommodate them. For sure, this time is coming very soon. Aju, aju. That's why it's really important how to really teach people to become good, and really by fulfilling the desire of original mind, then people will be happy. We can create a happy society. We can create a happy nation. We can create a happy world. That's why it's important as individual, because everything begins from the individual, right? In order for us to see a transformed nation, a transformed world, first we need to become transformed individual. That's why the divine principle, our practice, our lifestyle every day, it's important. That's why Father is really teaching us in detail. Our original mind actually just really desire for goodness. But because of, our evil mind, So first is how to eliminate our ignorance. We need to know this state. Without knowing this, how to solve the problem, right? That's why really the principle is the only way to solve all these problems, going to the root. That's why tayo, alam na po natin. Now, we are on the process of how to solve this. How to solve this in our own self, in our own families. And then naturally, we can create a beautiful society. So Father said, human beings are God's substantial object partner. Human beings are God's substantial object partners. Therefore, God wants to rejoice through us. However, if we are defective partners, always expressing our fallen nature as jealousy, envy, and arrogance, how can God feel happiness through us? So this is our state, human beings. Even though we are God's substantial object partner, that's the original purpose of why God created us, right? But because of our fallen nature that we have inherited, we always, practice this jealousy, envy, arrogance in our everyday life. How to eliminate this? That's why Father said we need training. We need training. We need education. Not only, education from the school, but really substantial and, experiential education. How can we be educated about love? This is only through experience. Kaya kailangan nating mag-training. Kaya meron tayong schools ngayon na nag-offer ng training, meron tayong YLT, meron tayong NLTP. You can see the results of brothers and sisters who have gone through training. Lahat naman po tayo, mga elders po natin. That's why we could reach this because the incredible and tremendous training na pinagdaanan po ninyo. Kaya nga, last time, Sir Julius was saying, we need to give opportunity to our young brothers and sisters. We have to give opportunity to our second generation to go through this so that they can really experience what is really true love, right? And then through this, we can, slowly eliminate all these natures that we have that really make our life very difficult. Without eliminating this, even though we graduate from Harvard University, we cannot live well, right? It's that assurance already. We know this very clearly. Kaya nga po, very important. We need to let our children, our young brothers and sisters, go through training. This is opportunity. We need to give them. We shouldn't deprive them. We shouldn't deprive them. They need to really know who really true parents are. They need to understand really the true heart of Heavenly Parent. We cannot teach them this on our own. Top schools cannot teach them about this. Kaya nga very important po, we can see ngayon, our NLTP, YLT, ang mga schools po natin, this is really the focus so that people can be happy later on. Kaya nga po, even though God created us as His object partners, if we keep in practicing all these fallen natures, sabi ni Father dito, how can God feel happiness through us? How can really God, really have this really perfect give and take relationship with us as His object partners if we always carry these natures that we have inherited? So how to eliminate this? We are sick. Di ba? We are sick. We need to go to the doctor. That's why True Father went to America as a doctor, as a firefighter. As a doctor, because people are sick. Right? So how can we be healed? Immediately kapag tayo physically may sakit tayo, we are already worried. Punta na tayo sa hospital, but actually spiritually we are sick. But sometimes because we are not unaware, or kahit na pinag-aaralan na natin, is still very difficult to practice in our daily life. How to solve this sickness? Otherwise, kapag hindi mo ma-solve yung maliit na sickness, magiging cancer yan siya. Lalaki ng lalaki, di ba? Until what will going to happen? If physically you are sick, you die, you go to the spiritual world. The same is true, even though we cannot see very clearly. But actually, people, fallen human beings, are sick, seriously sick. So how to eliminate this? True Parents is teaching us step by step. Aju, that's why we are really so lucky and fortunate. That's why our young brothers and sisters, our children, also they need to experience and really, really they can prove themselves the love of Heavenly Parent, the love of true parents. That's why we shouldn't deprive them, so that all of us, our children, also can really become perfect object of joy and happiness of our Heavenly Parent. So as long as we carry this nature, Heavenly Parents cannot be happy through us. Aju, this is really very important. So Father said, we have to eradicate satanic love and inherit God's original love. The human condition has been such that love of the flesh, which is external, betrays God's love and betrays the ideal and eternal origin of life based in the mind, which is internal. Therefore, to establish unity between mind and body, we have to eradicate this external love, satanic love, and in its place inherit internal love, which is God's original love. So how to eradicate, sabi ni Father? That's why we learn starting from, our original purpose of life. But because of the fall, we couldn't fulfill the three great blessings. Then Satan's blood, is flowing in our veins. That's why even how much we try, it's very difficult. That's why, yun nga, to perfect oneself, tayo as fallen human beings, una is to perfect oneself. But actually, without the blessing, without eradicating, eliminating the blood of Satan flowing in our veins, we cannot really perfect ourselves. Kaya nga very important how to really eradicate. Only through the blessing. Really, through the blessing, kaya nga we are really lucky. Ngayon, hindi na lang tayo na nabubuhay sa lupa. Even our ancestors now, how eager they are to receive the blessing. Ngayon, magkakaroon na naman tayo ng ancestors liberation. Right? That's why this is the most precious, sabi ni President Lee. Ano ang pinaka-precious talaga na dinala na true parents dito? It's the blessing. That's why now the blessing is being received not only by physical people, but even those in the spiritual world. That's why how to eradicate this. So the lineage is really, really important. No matter what, we have to really eradicate satanic love and, replace this with God's original love. That's why our life talaga, we are really lucky living in this time with our beloved true parents. Kaya nga ang blessing, this should be for all people so that people can live happily in their life. That's why we have to eradicate satanic love and inherit God's original love. Kaya ang blessing, should be given to all people talaga. Otherwise, people cannot live well. So Father said, our original mind and body can become one through the power of God's love. Our mind and body can become completely one through the power of God's love. But we have never really experienced that oneness because of the division between them that resulted from the fall of the human ancestors. If not for the fall, our mind and body would have completely united based on God's intrinsic love. In the world of love centered around that intrinsic love, there would be no need for moral education. God would suffice as a teacher. People would know love without being taught. So, ito dapat ang mangyari if Adam and Eve didn't fall, kung di sila nagkasala. There would be no need for moral education. God would suffice as a teacher. And then people would know love without being taught. But yun nga, because of the fall, how to really unite our mind and body? So only through the power of God's love. Only through the power of God's love. So Father said, when mind and body become one, we understand everything. So when the mind and body become one, we understand everything. There would be no need for education about how human beings should live. There would be no need for instruction in ethics and the rules of morality. Do animals need to be taught moral lessons? They know how to protect themselves and group themselves among members of their own species. Why are human beings, the lords of creation, so ignorant in this regard? It is because of the fall that we fight and struggle. So already we know very clearly that this is really our situation because of the fall. That's why human beings became ignorant. All other creatures, they know very well. They follow absolutely in accordance to how God created this world. And then the law that God has, given since the beginning. So we can see there is no discrepancy in all other creatures, right? Only human beings. That's why absolutely we need education. We need to really, we need to revolutionize our heart. We need to really revolutionize our heart. And then that is the only way to eliminate this, satanic nature that we have in us. And then we can inherit heavenly parents, original nature. Kaya nga po ngayon, we are now living in the time that really the solution is already here. True Mother said, when we unite with her, all problems can be solved. Kaya nga, these teachings of true parents, these are our eternal treasure. Whenever we have difficulties in our life, what we need to do? Actually, you just need to do huntoke. You can find the answers. You can find the answers with the words of true parents. That's why if we have many difficulties sa buhay natin, we cannot solve these problems in our life. You see, we are living life of, misfortune, of all these things. We have to really stop, think deeply, and reflect. Right? And then, once you start to, learn and study true parents' teaching, and slowly we can, once you study, learn, slowly we can start to practice these things. And then sabi ni Father, once our mind and body become one, we will understand everything. Kaya nga, everything talaga pinaka-core niya is unity between mind and body. Building kingdom of heaven begins from unity between mind and body. Establishing ideal family begins from unity between mind and body. Restoring our nation begins from where? Unity between mind and body. That's why, ang focus natin, ito pala yung pinakamahirap gawin. Ito pala yung pinakamahirap i-build, establish. Right? So, that's why we really need to invest more for this. We need to really become transformed individuals. Yun talaga ang starting point niya. How to become such a person. That's why everything is given to us now. It's really up to us. We have our leaders guiding us. Right? Kaya napakahalaga more than before, our absolute faith, absolute love, absolute obedience. Napakahalaga po nun. And then, naturally, if you really deny yourselves, that is the way you can eliminate this nature that we have inherited from Satan. Slowly, we can start to live in accordance with heavenly parents and true parents' original nature. Aju? That's why this is now the time. Even though, kaya nga ngayon settlement of channel group, kailangan ngayon makita na substantially. Now, we have to look inside more than outside. Actually, outside already, tremendous foundation in the world. Even in our nation, tremendous foundation. But when outside people look at us, what kind of family is really Heavenly Parents Holy Community? Yung mga members dyan, are you really, really like loving each other as real brothers and sisters? As real family? Or minsan, naririnig lang natin yon. We are one family. Under God, we are brothers and sisters. But it should be seen in our family. That's why even me, what I can do, just repent and determine how to really become such a person. How to become such a person. That's why when people see our movement, our group is really ideal, we don't need to always, go to houses and lecture there. They will be the ones to come to us. Kaya nga, lagi ko pong nilalagay sa mind ko, sabi ni Father, one day, time will come. People, kahit pagsaraduhan mo sila ng pinto, they will be the ones to climb up to come. And then I realized these things will just happen when really we will become substantial na talaga, transform individuals, transform group, na makita na ng mga tao, pag marinig nila yung ideal family, ganyan pala yung ideal family. We want to become ideal families also. We want to become blessed families also. Ganyan pala yung blessed family. Naturally, mga tao na po ang lalapit sa atin. Kaya kapag dadami tayo talaga, we multiply. That's why we need to educate continuously people and families. Witnessing will become natural. Witnessing will become natural. Sila na po yung lalapit sa atin. That's why, really, the core is mind and body unity. Ito ang pinaka-core ng Kingdom of Heaven. Ito ang pinaka-core ng ideal family. Ito ang pinaka-core ng ideal society, ideal nation. Mind and body. It's really, really the core. This is the pillar, as what Dr. Kittle is always telling us. Kaya nga po, whatever we have now, externally, the most important is when you look internally. Kaya nga po ngayon, this is now the time. That's why True Mother said, firm settlement of Channel Group. Channel Group one day should be seen by all people. Hindi lang po tayo. Kasi hindi pa natin makita yung substantial niya. That's why it will be realized once all of us, tayo po bawat isa po sa atin, we started to really grow, develop, eliminate our fallen nature. We were able to really love our spouse more than anyone, our children more than anyone. This kind of ideal family, naturally it will expand, it will multiply, that one day, really Kingdom of Heaven will be seen substantially. And then mabawasan na yung kwan, and then mahiya na, then natural na lang po yan. We will become like magnet. Ang mga people who are practicing evil, this will, slowly, they will be transformed and do good. Kapag maging kwan na po, maging mas marami na yung gumagawa ng mabuti. Di po ba? That's why when I started to really, when I study po yung teachings in true parents, we are really thinking about kingdom of heaven, establishing ideal world, where it begins. I'm always telling, kaya nga po, we are really so fortunate. Sina true parents lang po talaga ang may clear na formula. Wala na pong iba. Many people are talking about this, talking about world peace, talking about building ideal world. They don't have any formula. Kaya nga, who can deny that true parents are the Messiah? That they are really the ones that, really being used by Heavenly Parent. They are the only ones who has this very clear formula. Kaya nga po, we are in the right track. Kaya if we continue to grow, develop ourselves, we can multiply naturally. And then, kingdom of heaven can be realized even in most shorter possible time. Aju? That's why po, really amazing. I was really amazed with our true parents until now. Really sila lang po talaga. No other human being on earth. That's why if we just, focus on how can I improve and develop every day. And then naturally, you can, kan po, mga family members natin, our brothers and sisters. And then we can really build that ideal. Then people will come to us. Yan po yung sinasabi ni True Father and the True Parents. Aju, that's why we are really so fortunate. It's really offer po our really deepest appreciation and gratitude to our Heavenly Parent and True Parents. And then we were given this great opportunity na maging din po talaga, historical people. That's why no matter what, all the central families, brothers and sisters natin, we will surely be victorious because we have our true mother with us, Aju, and then we have our elders, our leaders, mga elder blessed families natin guiding us. And then now even we can see now our young brothers and sisters who are growing and really are inspiration now. That's why our community will really become Heavenly Parents Holy Community, and then we can really welcome all people to be in this community where everybody can experience Heavenly Parents and True Parents love. Aju? So once again, let's really offer our gratitude to our Heavenly Parents and True Parents. So once again, thank you so much for all your dedication and hard work and sacrifice of all beloved families and brothers and sisters. So may parents, love and blessings always be upon you and your families. Thank you very much po.
Yes, thank you so much to our beloved national leader. Let us offer our gratitude to our Heavenly Parent and True Parents for the wonderful words this morning. And to our beloved national leader for the guidance. Okay. Now, let's proceed to our reflection time. Hello po, Kuya Ruel. Kuya Ruel, please turn off muna po yung yung isang device naka-connect. Kuya Ruel wants to volunteer to give his reflection. Let us, okay na Kuya Ruel? Okay, let us welcome our brother Ruel Gali.
Okay, good morning po, leaders, especially to our NL, Leo Angelo Halog, our Sir Julius Malikdem, Sir Ronnie Sadusta, Sir Peter, and blessed families, brothers and sisters, good morning po. So I decided to volunteer myself to really give my reflections about the topic of Sorel LA, about the selfish desire and fallen nature. I really moved about this kind of topic. So to be honest, when I was there in IPLC, I just do my part there because I really wanted to receive allowance, just like that one. It's just a very selfish matters. That's why I'm really very thankful to Heavenly Parent and your parents for having that kind of heart, that kind of attitude that I just think about the external things, but I forgot to think about the internal matters. So in this moment, I just while really listening to the guidance of Sir, I just thinking, oh my God, oh my God, why I have this kind of matters, why I have this kind of mind and heart before. That's why I really wanted to give my reflection because I wanted to give inspiration also to those members who just think about this kind of things. Don't let yourself to be only think about the external things, but always think about how we could really give happiness to Heavenly Parent and True Parents. That's the most important thing, especially for this era. Oh my gosh, True Mother is really looking forward, especially to the young people this time. That's why when I entered here in NLTP, I realized many things on how I could become more closer to Heavenly Parents and how I could really understand the heart of our Heavenly Parents, especially the will that we really wanted to do here in this physical world, especially the desire of Heavenly Parent for everyone. So in this moment, I have this kind of eagerness to really do more, to really have this kind of positive spirit, to really make Heavenly Parent and True Parents happy and I have this kind of heart talaga parang ano po grabe yung parang I realize na if ever people feel the desire of Heavenly Parents, hindi lang ikaw yung hindi ka lang ikaw yung magiging masaya pati sa Heavenly Parent eh. Kaya I'm really inspired to those leaders who really sacrifice and follow yung will the Heavenly Parents and your parents. Kaya I really hope about this kind of things. Kaya thankful ako sa mga leaders, sa mga elders ko na always cheering me up about this kind of matters. So, hoping that I could really do more and I believe that I could do more because nandyan po kayo always to cheer up me to in a good way centered on our Heavenly Parents and your parents. So, thank you so much po Sir LA for reminding us once again about this kind of thing. Kasi for this moment, marami, as I can feel po, marami po talagang brothers and sisters, they just cover themselves by the money. Parang just like parang ito yung pinaka-instrument eh. Ito through these things eh, we could really gagamitin tayo ni Satan eh, na ma-connect po sa kanya. Kaya yun, it's a big reminder po sa atin, sa good guidance po para sa ating lahat na we could really unite our mind and body centered on our Heavenly Parent and your parents. Kaya ngayon po, wala nang paligid-ligoy pa po. Let's support our true mother to realize the Vision 2027 and to realize the providence of Heavenly Parents and parents. Kaya yung mga IPLC po dyan, graduates, please, let's encourage our co-graduates na let's do more for the providence, especially to support our true mother. Don't let themselves to follow whatever desires that we have. Our NL is really looking for us. Kasi we train so much sa IPLC. That's the vision and mission of IPLC. Kaya let's really move forward po talaga. So, yun po, let's hold our hands together. Maraming po salamat po NL for this guidance. So don't you worry, we will do our best. Dito po sa NLTP mga IPLC graduates, we will do our best. So ILT, so we will do our best. So wherever they are now, the IPLC graduates, we will do our best for the Philippine providence and to really make our tributes happy. Thank you very much po everyone.
Thank you so much, Brother Rafael, for sharing. Let us give a hand to our brother Roel. He's IPLC, our elder. Now let us also hear reflection from our young leaders, Brother Mark J. Tapia.
Good morning po. Uh, Honestly, I am really inspired to the guidance of Sir LA. Honestly, I am not currently graduate but kagagraduate ko lang po nung 2020, virtual po siya. So from this time po, actually, it's really true po na one of the temptations of Satan po is money. So living or doing my mission here in IAYSP Pilipinas as staff here in HOs at the same time, sometimes it's really challenging for me to think about my future or to really um, ano po ba talaga ipaprioritize ko, yung career po ba na gusto ko or yung gusto ni true parents for all of us. Since I have undergone a lot of, hindi ko po masabing mahirap po siya, difficulties talaga for 5 years in IPLC, 9 months in NLTP, and still counting here in IAYSP together with the leaders here. I have really learned a lot, and talking about the selfish desires, it's really challenging to all of us, to the members, and especially to all those blessed couples or blessed families. And I think it's really relevant for all of us to really understand. I mean, for me to understand what is really God wanted me to do in the future. So since I started to do mission way back 2015, life in IPLC is not really easy. Sabi nga, salaan po siya. 4 days kayong pumapasok, then Friday and Saturday, you will do fundraising so that meron kang money for the tuition fee, money for your food, money for your project. It's not really easy, but what I have realized, when you really want to do mission or to really serve God, from the moment that you really understand, parang iba na eh. Parang nasa puso mo na, parang ibinaksin na sa'yo na hindi mo na ah, makakawala because ito na yun eh. This is what God wanted you to do in the future. And it's really accumulated the experiences that I had gone through in the past. Yeah, life is really challenging, most especially to all those people, and even me, I am here in HQ. I have received so much inspiration, seeing national leader all the time, our brothers and sisters, my leaders, Serene, seeing all those leaders, it's really challenging because the life of being member of unification is, it's really a life of sacrifice, a lot of difficulties, most especially as a first generation. We need to accept the fact that we are offerings. All the experiences that we have, it's like it's not enough because tayo yung magbabayad ng lahat ng nagawa at lahat ng ginagawa natin. Sabi nga ni Tita Dulce, when it talks about the matching, you don't have the right to choose. You don't have the right to choose kung sino maging partner mo because as a first generation, we are the offering. So thank you to all those leaders who stood for all of us to show the right way, to show what is the right thing to do as a first generation or an inspiration for all of us. So as me, myself, preparing for that blessing na matatawag ko na nahihirapan, but ayoko sabihin struggle ako, ayoko sinasabi yun, but I was quite being challenged to the circumstances that still na experience ko. I want to give my heart fully to really understand more the heart of God, to really understand the missions that I have right now, and to really understand what is really my purpose in life. Still, I do believe na all the things na ginagawa natin, ginagawa ko, even it is small things, I do believe that someday, mako-cover din to na tinatawag nilang blessing. I will not accept, but to continue to really do the best things that I can do day by day po. So, yeah, thank you so much po, Sir Eli, for the guidance. Ate Karil, mahal din po kita. One of our leader in IPOC. So, anyway po, maraming salamat po. Please continue to inspire each other and continue po sa mga magulang po natin, mga lolo at lola na natin po dito sa movement. Po, thank you so much po, Sir Julius. Really po, I am really inspired to all of you. Honestly po, I am preparing, I'm not yet much, but I am preparing. Parang every step counts siya sa akin. The way ako mag-isip, count siya sa akin if I am really qualified for that one. But really, I am serious po. Nakikita po nila ako na joker or lagi nakangiti. Pero seryoso po talaga ako. Ito na po, umiiyak na po ako. Anyway po, thank you so much po. God bless you. I love you all.
Thank you so much, Brother Mark, for sharing. Let us give a hand to our Brother Mark and to all our brothers and sisters who shared this morning. Now for our final guidance, let us welcome the Regional Vice President of Asia Pacific Region 2, Reverend Ronnie Sadusta.
Magandang umaga po sa lahat. IPLC session yata yung hondokin natin today, NL. Anyway, I would like to first express my deepest gratitude to Heavenly Parents and our victorious true parents, to our good ancestors in the spirit world, including si Kuya Sok. Okay po. Good morning po once again to everyone. Kinakabahan ako, I do not know how to share. But basically, I'll be giving my short life testimony lang po. Hindi ko na rin patatagalin. Ako po si Ronnie, and then nagdaan po ako dun sa pipeline ng education natin dito sa Pilipinas. I was witnessed by my first cousin to join IPLC. At that time, I joined the church with a selfish motivation of wanting to study only in the university. Alam niyo naman po, laking hirap, hindi kayang pag-aralin ng parents, and then they asked me to go to, my cousin asked me to study in IPLC. Doon po ako na-start ma-brainwash, doon din po ako na-start ma-heartwash, yon. And lahat-lahat na po ng washing, paglalaba, yan, ginawa po sa akin. And then after graduating in IPLC, Master Venus trusted me and sent me to become missionary in New Zealand for almost 1 year po na nagpunta ako sa New Zealand. And then after that, you know my life story, I received the revelation doon sa toilet sa HQ po natin sa New Zealand to go to UPA. So I studied in UPA, and then after my graduation, I was sent back to the Philippines. And as I look back in my life, ako po siguro yung offering ng offering ng Pilipinas for the world, for the greater providence, together with the other youth special envoy right now na graduate din po ng UPA. Meron po tayong isa na na-assign sa Brazil, Pilipino din po yon. Tapos si Jake po na na-assign sa Costa Rica, na-assign sa Dominican Republic, and then right now po na na-assign sa iba, na iba yung mission niya. Sa USA na po kasama ni Dr. Yong. So what I would want to share to everyone this morning was really actually before po yung I was born doon sa sa time po nung pioneering stage ng IPLC with Sir Celso Talaba. Sa mga nakakaalam po, you know how artistic Kuya Celso is. He's like a second father to us. And then before he ascended to the spirit world, we made a promise to each other. He told me that thank you for not leaving IPLC, and then he told me that together we should raise the graduates of and students of the IPLC. So I can testify po na tawag dito sa Pilipinas, in terms of raising up our first generation, IPLC is still the best. IPLC is still the number one in terms of education, our first generation. Pagdating po sa university and college level, si IPLC yung nagbigay po sa akin ng tawag dito ng option. And then right now, when people are asking me, when my youngers and also other elders are asking me, bakit daw until right now nasa IPLC pa, nandito pa rin po ako sa church? I have the ability, I have the talent, I have the wisdom, meron ako nito. Kung lalabas lang po ako, yayaman ako agad. That's what they're saying. I can find good job. Even my own family tell me that I can find my own job and I can become a millionaire. Ganun po. Pero ang sinasabi ko sa kanila that right now po siguro kahit kaya ganito ka-passionate over my life because I'm living my own decision. Yun po na given the right education from IPLC and then yung missionary ko sa New Zealand and then the UPA itself, sila po talaga yung help me find my purpose and help me find na ito talaga I'm living with my own decision. I'm living my life with yung po talaga feeling ko it's more than a calling, it's really my life po to really serve the greater purpose. And eternally I would be always grateful to Sir Sir Sok, and then Sir Edgar is here din po, Master Venus, I would eternally be grateful. And then sa ko po, spiritual lola ko that turned to become my spiritual mother right now, Vera ni Bawingan. Yun, they are really continuously taking care of us. And do not po tawag dito, wag po kayong magsawa na magtiwala doon sa tawag dito sa education po natin dito sa Pilipinas. Kasi even right now with my position, looking in the other countries, the best pa rin po ang education pipeline natin sa Pilipinas sa mga napuntahan ko. And we know that many lapses pa rin po, but many people are working hard to really improve our educational pipeline, improve po yung natin, tawag dito, yung mga ginagawa po natin sa Pilipinas. Later on po, I'll have the time to share what we are doing in the Youth Providence here in the Philippines. But right now po, I'm living in the vision that one day, yung anak ko po, kapag siya na po yung magmi-mission, meron na po silang choice later on that compared to us na parang ito ka lang kasi ito yung mission, diyan ka kailangan. And this is the life of our elders po. But through the visionary leadership of our President Hori, we would like to make change din po, and together with the unity of NLTP and also YLT together with NBCC, Tongil Mudo and World Cup, we are making changes po. Later on we will share to you, but please have hope because everything is being fixed po. Everything is being done for the happiness of our heavenly parents and true parents. Dr. Kittel told us we need to, this is not about judging the past, but really bringing hope and change in the future. So I felt like nandoon po kami sa moment of transition wherein the new wineskin with having a new paradigm, we're having a new mindset, but being grateful what is being done for us in the past ng mga elder po natin na talagang until right now showing us a good model po Sir Edgar is still with us, and also Professor Joseph Navalta still with us, showing us sila po yung naging model namin as we grow old in our church. And siguro kaya ganito rin po kami kapassionate with our life of faith, because it is with them that we inherit this kind of heart. It is with them na na-inherit po namin yung ganitong intensity, yung ganitong passion na ready ka talagang gawin to offer every second of your life with heavenly parents and true parents. So maraming salamat po. But we will bring with us yung tawag dito yung future. And please have hope, because true mother find hope in the future. Kaya po naipasok yung ROH Philippines natin. Imagine yung ganung level na yung offering ng Pilipinas pabilong doon sa worldwide providence that finally true mother could really recognize. True mother could see the hard work of the Philippines, kaya naisama po tayo doon. It's really a happiness for me na yung hard work po ng mga members, yung hard work po ng mga elders na everyday naglalakad. Hindi man po natin nakasama sa rally po natin si True Mother, but it is a testimony that True Mother is so happy with our offering. Thank you so much po for everyone. And once again, this is Ronnie. Nanggaling po ako sa IPLC, nanggaling po ako sa UPA. Ako po yung result ng hard work ninyong lahat. Now, in the higher level, to serve more for the greater providence. Magandang umaga po ulit, and good morning.
Yes, let us give hand to our Reverend Ronnie. Sorry po. Yeah, thank you to all our to all our leaders, elders, brothers and sisters. Yeah. Yeah, this is really a great morning to all of us. Sorry po. May I request for our Reverend Ronnie Sudista for our closing prayer po.
Ako ulit. Anyway, please join me in prayer po. Woo. Bow down our close our eyes, gently bow down our heads, and feel the presence of our heavenly parents and our victorious true parents. Join in prayer. 사랑하는 하늘 부모님, 만왕의 왕, 이 땅에 창조신 주주인 참 부모님, 감사합니다. 사랑합니다. 하늘 부모님, 참 부모님, 정말로 감사합니다. 이렇게 좋은 시간을 저희한테 마련해 주셔서 감사드려옵나이다. 아버지, 이렇게 필리핀과 그리고 우리 많은 시구님들 희망해 주셔서 감사드려옵나이다. Thank you so much, Father, for giving us hope. Thank you so much, Father, for choosing the Philippines to become a nation that can really offer greater Jongsong and Hyojong to you and to our true Father in the spirit world, true Mother in the physical world. Father, right now, we could really imagine our true Father is dancing. Our true Father is smiling before us, Father, hugging each and every one of us for the offering that we have done. Father, the more that we can feel you trust us, the more that we can feel, Father, that you are leaning on us right now. Father, we would like to offer to you the Philippines, that Philippines can become a nation that can help Korea to become that Sonilguk nation that can help Korea, Father, for the reunification of North and South Korea, and finally liberate the long wish, the long heart, the long hope of our heavenly parents, Father, since the day of the past. Father, today through our Hunduke, you help us to realize and see once again how you accept the offering of our elder brothers and sisters, the past missionaries, Father, in the Philippines, those who fight for the providence, Father, of the national persecution way back 1995 until right now, Father, every one of them really giving their best, Father, to raise up many young people. Father, once again, through this Hunduke, you tell us that Philippines, as your second daughter nation, can now become mature, Father, that can stand as a mature nation who can guide other nation going back to heavenly parents and true parents. Thank you so much for loving each and every one of us. Father, today we would like to proclaim victory on the on the providence that is unfolding before our eyes in the Philippines. It's so fast, Father, that you are telling us if we will unite with our true parents, then even, Father, miracles after miracles, things that we cannot imagine will really open in our country here in the Philippines. Father, thank you so much for sending us President Hori, Sir Julius, Dr. Kittel is with us right now, investing his effort, Father, and Mom, and Mother and Tita Teresa as well, Father, guiding us in every step, especially um with our partnership with the government through the IAYSP Pilipinas. We could see the unity of our leaders, the unity of our elders, and through this unity, we can save the nation. Through this unity, we can save the people. Thank you so much for loving each and every one of us. Thank you once again for sending us our national leader, Reverend Sir Leo Angelo Halog, for guiding all the youth organization, Father, towards the same goal. And thank you so much, Father, for really helping us this morning to find hope once again in IPLC when everything is confused, when everything is not clear. You tell us, Father, that you are lying on, you are touching IPLC, Father, to call more first generation and even second generation to educate. Father, in my lifetime, in our lifetime, we could see the hard work of the staff and how they educate us in the early stage of our life of faith. And Father, because of them, because of so many elders and our spiritual family and physical family, that is why we became more passionate in the providence. Thank you so much, Father. From the beginning until the end, you have guided us. From the beginning until the end, you've touched the heart. You've touched the lives of those who give us their testimony, their 10 points of appreciation, and also the message of our Reverend Leo Angelo Halog. Father, if there is someone right now attending this Sunuke who is suffering from the relationship in their family, the relationship of the second generation with their parents, the relationship of their parents with their second generation, please touch them, heavenly parents. Guide them. Show to them, Father, that there is still hope, Father. If there is someone right now who is suffering from physical limitation, from fighting, Father, with their health, please touch them, heavenly parents. Give them the blessing of good health. Give us the blessing of relationship, good relationship. And help us, Father, that if we are confused, if we are struggling with our Abel, if we are struggling with our leaders, help us, Father, to see, to look on the future that we can be responsible to change something through unity, Father, and not to kind of some rebellion or anything else. Thank you so much for loving us. Thank you so much for showing us the way. Father, thank you so much for showing us the right path. And we promise as one nation, we promise as one family, we will go on that way and we will forever, Father, holding on to the hand of our true mother and the hand of our true father, together running towards the day of the victory that we can offer this country, this nation of the Philippines to our true parents as Jonel Guk Nation. And Father, may we could offer the right song and the right foundation so that finally our president, the president of the Philippines could really meet and attend our true parents here in the physical world and in the spirit world. Thank you so much for loving each and every one of us. And all of this, we humbly report as one Heavenly Parents community here in the Philippines. And in my name, Ronnie Sudusta, Wirano Sirimusika, members of the Blessed Central Family, Aju.
Let us offer our individual prayer. Aju, Aju. Let us offer our gratitude to our Heavenly Parent and true parents. Kamsahamnida, Heavenly Parents and true parents. And yeah, thank you so much
Amen.
to all our um, leaders, elders, brothers and sisters who shared this morning, very wonderful morning devotion. Let us give ourselves a big hand. And to our beloved national leader for that wonderful message they have. And to our regional vice president, Reverend Ronnie Sudusta, or HJYLP, Brother Ruel, Brother Mark, thank you so much. Um, and to all our brothers and sisters, thank you for joining our morning devotion. See you tomorrow.
감사합니다. 아리가또 고자이마스.
Good morning, so much. Wow, very touching. Sir Ronnie, thank you so much for all your hard work. All the leaders, sir.